Hey you guys, how are you doing? I'm Jay Latte, and I just wanted to come to you today with a little story time. This is something new for me. If you like it, if you like it, share it. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like I said, I'm really new to this, so excuse me if I mess up and all that, cause I'm not into all that editing yet. So yeah. So the title. I can't believe you was going on my coworker. So let's get to it. I'm not gonna waste any time. So I was talking to this guy. Like, I've known him for like over 10 years or so. Like, the vibe was always there with us, but it was always on the wrong time, at the wrong time. So it's like either he got somebody, either I got somebody. This was the wrong time. It just would never work. So he went away for a while, and he came back, and like that first week, went out to this little spot. It's a little spot, just no club, just a little spot. And I seen him, he seen me, we linked up. And from that night on, like, we just start kicking it until we made it official. So we dated. It was something that we, been wanting to do. It was like, okay, the time is right now. So we dated. It got serious. It got really serious really quick. And we eventually moved in together. So, he always had like this reputation of, he was the guy in class, in school or whatever, that, could get pretty much anybody he wanted. All the girls wanted him, and all that good stuff. So, including me. So, I was like, this is not my chance to get what I want. Worst mistake. So, okay. We was together for like maybe like a year. We're gonna call him Tony. We're gonna call him Tony. So everything was good with Tony. It was a vibe with Tony. I could be myself with Tony. Tony could be himself with me. But Tony also had a different kind of job, which sometimes kept him out at night. Me being me, young and dumb, I was like, okay, cool, as long as you make your money or whatever, bada bing, bada boom. So it got to the point where, like, the late nights, it was just getting later and later, and it's just like, you sure is this all work, or is this work and play? So I worked at this clothing store. I was there before him, maybe like a whole year. So within that whole year of us, talking, I was a manager there. So, it was a clothing store, so really a lot of females worked there. It was this particular female, she was cool or whatever. And, I really rooted for her to actually get this job. I'm like, okay, yeah, give her a try, or whatever the case may be. So, how you just know, like, cheating is going on, because, like, the signs, they act different, they're accusing you, all that stuff has started coming on along, and I'm like, I haven't gave you a reason to. And so one night he had to go to work. He didn't have a car at the time. He was using my car, like, randomly or whatever. So I think I fell asleep early. He woke me up and he's like, babe, I need to use the car. And I'm like, cool. So usually it's on the first thing you wake up, you check your phone, right? So I opened my phone, checked it, whatever, laid back down. Apparently, well, by me laying back down, he grabbed my keys, grabbed my phone, and he left. So his ass goes to my phone, and like the next couple of days he's just accusing me of stuff, and I'm like, show me this on my phone, this is harmless, this is this person, this person, and it's like, at that point, I had got to the point where it was just kind of like, you're doing too much. Like, do I need to just kind of like do my own thing? But I wasn't, in anything serious. So like, my next off day, he stayed home that day, and all he did was like badger me and just made me feel like I was just so low of this person in my phone, and why am I still contacting this person, or why is this person steady texting me, all that, BS. Had me feeling really bad, like, damn, like, should I be like texting these people? Like, should I shouldn't be doing this, just made me feel like, damn, babe, you know what? Okay, I messed up, or whatever. You are providing, and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. But that same day, after all the fussing and the fighting and making up, we got to get something to eat. So as he's telling me a story, he's putting in the pattern to his phone. Let me backtrack. He was a person that one day it'll be a pattern on his phone, the next day it'll be a number lock, the next day it'll be a letter lock. It's different. Like, but I was the type of person, like, as long as, it's not obvious that you're cheating, you know what I'm saying? I have no reason to go through your phone. I don't, you don't have no reason to go through my phone. Like, I want you to have your own privacy, you know? So, after that, he was looking away, but he was, like, putting in his code. So, I was like, whoa, like, nigga, you slipping. Like, you slipping, because I never see that. So, as he was telling me, I'm like, oh, like, my face literally did a screenshot. Choo-choo. Oh, you're going through my phone. Now we finna have some games. Mind you, again, he's the type of person that if he goes in the kitchen, if he goes to the bathroom, if he goes outside to take out the trash, if he goes anywhere, his phone is gonna be on him all the time. All the time. Cool. So, we got back home, we ate, some of his homeboys came over, and usually the time I don't like a lot of guys in my house, so, they were outside, chilling, or whatever. I was finna get up, and go, I think, to the restroom, and I see something flash, on the side of the room. So, I was like, did he really leave his phone? Like, he left his phone. He left his phone. Is this a sign? You already showed me your code, and now you left your phone? So, a woman, curiosity kills the cat. So, I politely grabbed the phone, grabbed my shoes, and grabbed my keys, and I was just like, I'm going to take his phone, and I'm going to investigate otherwise, because I don't know who's going to be coming in and out. I don't know, how much time I have. I don't know if he's going to realize it. And I don't have time to investigate. So, I grabbed my stuff. I leave my phone. Like, I was just so in a rush. I leave my phone. I just grabbed my keys, his phone, and my shoes. And as I was going outside, he's like, where you about to go? Where you about to go? And I'm like, I'm just about to go to my mom's house. Now, mind you, my mom stays, like, a sneeze away from us. She stays a sneeze away from us. So I'm like, I'm going into my mom's house. I'll be back. So he's like, nah, you just wanna go, and you just wanna be with those people that's in your phone. And I'm like, bro, like, I thought we already, like, we already got through this. Like, all day you've been fussing at me and all this kind of stuff. Like, I thought we already got through this. Like, we talked about it, and all that good stuff. So, cool. I guess he wanna show off for his homeboy, so he let me out the hook. I get in my car. I go up the road. I don't even go to my mom's house. I go all the way up the road, like, I just hit it. So, after that, I instantly put in the lock code. Boom, it's still the same. So, I do my investigation. I first go to text messages. I see text messages, of me, of his job detail, and other numbers that don't have names, or it's just a number or whatever. So I'm just trying to like go through. So I see this number, and it's saved as Life, and I'm like, Life? Who was that? So, but I look at the number and I'm like, that number look familiar, but I'm like, I don't really know it, but that number look familiar. I couldn't put it in my phone because I left my phone. So I'm like, okay, whatever the case may be. So it's, oh, I miss you, and oh, I want to see you today, just all stuff. And I'm like, bruh, like, my blood starts to boil, because it's like you've been at me all day, about nonsense. But here, you're doing the same thing. But I wasn't even doing, like, I wasn't being extra. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, bro, like, bro. So, okay. I kid you not. His phone gets dark. It's going dead. I'm like, oh my God. I haven't finished everything I want to see. Like, I am so, like, So I'm like, okay, cool. I go to my mom's house. Boom. Mom was like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, I'm good, but I need to borrow a charger quick. So I go get a charger. I go to my old room. I go in there and I start investigating, you know, like, so I'm going through everything. So I'm like, this is ridiculous. So I go into pictures. I go in, I see pictures of him, pictures of me, you know, pictures of me and him that we've took, you know. I'm like, okay, cool. You know, I'm like, okay, he's saving the pictures and stuff. And then I keep scrolling over until, like, I went into another album. And then I see a video of a girl giving him fellatio. Bruh. Bruh. Are you serious? Are you serious? Like, bruh, you serious? You doing all this, but you have a video in your phone of a girl giving you top. The video was dark, but I know my man. I know my man. I know my man's feet. I know my man's knees. I know my man's ankles. I know my man's, you know. So I'm like, he is great tripping. Like, he is tripping. Like, he's tripping. Like, it's just like, oh, he's tripping. So, okay. Then I go into another album. I'm flipping through. And I see my coworker. I see 1 picture, 2 picture, 3 pictures of my coworker. Let me wipe my eyes. I'm tripping. Let me wipe my eyes. It is pictures of my coworker. Automatically, that put 2 and 2 together. That's that number that I've seen before, because I'm a manager and I have to call people, you know, that come in, you know. And me and the girl, like, you know, we kind of hung out maybe like one or 2 times, you know. But it wasn't anything like, you know, serious or whatever. It's just that, you know, when you're around somebody all day, every day, you have to try to form some kind of, you know, bond or some kind of whatever. So I'm like, at this point, all I see is red. I was so mad. After that, his phone starts ringing. Phone starts ringing. It's his homeboy's number. He's realized that his phone is now missing. So I'm ignoring the call. And I'm steady, like, looking. I'm like, bruh, that's like, this is total now. At this point, my brain is like, my switch is on kill mode. Like, I am just disgusted. So after that, I don't think I even told my mom bye. I just was like, I walked out. I left out and I got in my car. By this time, I'm headed to my house. Baby. No. So I get in my yard. He's out in the yard. He already knows his weight. He knows what's up. I was this close from hitting him. This close. I don't even think I put my car in park. I don't even think I put it in park. I don't know. I almost hit the house. All I know is I jumped out and I just started swinging, cussing, fussing. I was going crazy. I was literally crazy. I'm like, bro, for real, my coworker, bro. Like, you could have choose anybody. It's a great area. A great area that you're supposed to stay away from. Guys are going to cheat. It's a great area that says, oh, you know what? No, that's too close to home. That's too close to home. homegirls of homegirls, that's too close to home. Family members, that's too close to home, bro. Like, you broke the code, bro. So I'm just like, I'm going ballistics. My niece is at the house, so I'm telling him, get your stuff, get out my house. Get out of my house. I don't want to see you. I don't want to be with you no more. That's foul, going off. So my niece is like, what's wrong? Like, what's going on? So I'm out of breath. Because I've been fighting and kicking and punching and screaming. So I'm like, I just went through this phone. And he's messing with Kathy. Her name was going to be Kathy in this story. He's messing with Kathy. He is messing. He has pictures. He has text messages. He is messing around with Kathy. And she's like, Kathy? You mean Kathy at her job? And I'm like, bruh, yes. Kathy at my job. Be with me. He is like taking his precious time getting his clothing. I'm fussing at him. Please get out because I don't want to hurt you. He said something. I don't even remember what it was. All I know is I grabbed a weapon and headed towards the room. My niece had to literally pick me up off of the ground and hold me because I was not playing. I was ready. Still, net. I was ready and willing to go to jail that night. Oh my god, it was just so crazy. So at this point, like I was smoking like heavy cigarettes. At this point, I'm all out of cigarettes. I think like we shared a pack or something. He had them on him. So I politely, after a while, he was walking up the road. I passed by him, went to the store, got me a pack of cigarettes, and I'm smoking, and I'm just nervous, and I had my niece to drive me, and I'm just like, bro, like, this dude, like, it just felt like I was on an episode of Jerry Springer or something. I don't know what this fool was thinking about, but bro, like, it was very serious, bro. At that point, it was very serious. So, I get my phone and I call Kathy. So, it's ringing. Never answer. So, by the time I made it back home, I called again. No. By the time I'm headed back home, I see his brother leaving my area. So, he called his brother to come pick him up. So, I called her again. She answers. She's like, hello. And I was like, bruh, do you know 9999999? And she's like, yeah, that's Tron. And I was like, Tron? No, baby, that ain't Tron. His name is Tony. And so in the background I hear, hang the phone up. Bruh, so now you guys are together at this point. I'm teed off. So after a while, she's like, oh, what are you talking about? And that I was like, did you just pick Tony up? She's like, yeah, da. So he's like, hang the phone up. And then I hear like a and the phone hangs up. I did not get no sleep the rest of that night because I kept replaying everything over in my head. It was crazy. I was ballistic. I couldn't go to sleep. I could not go to sleep at all, bro. I could not go to sleep. So the next day, I'm already up for work. I'm up. So I get to my job. My manager's there. And she's like, Jay, what's wrong? What's wrong, Jay? So I was like, bruh, I go, through my man's phone and guess who I see? Kathy. She was like, oh, thank God. And I was like, what do you mean? Oh, thank God. She's like, I've been wanting to tell you for the longest. And I'm like, what do you mean? So you knew about this? She was like, well, Kathy came to me and she said that you guys may be dating the same guy, but she didn't really know for sure. And at that time, my grandmother was very sick. And she was telling everybody at the job that, you know, she thinks that we're talking to the same person, but she don't want to kick me while I'm already down and dealing with my grandmother. So I'm like, bruh, what in the devil? Comes to find out, she's told everybody at the job that she thinks me and her are talking to the same guy, but she doesn't really know, and she doesn't want to tell me. And then I'm just like, maybe she didn't know. Maybe she didn't know. She, you know, she had a clue, but she didn't know. So I text her. I was like, hey, I think we need to talk. If you can, hit me up. I get off at it's like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. I get off at that time. We need to talk. So she's like, okay. So it was almost time for me to get off. She came onto the job. I was like, we're not going to do this at the job. We actually went outside, got in my car, and we talked. I came to her on some, we don't need that type of negativity in our lives. Like, I didn't come at her like, oh, B, you knew, and all this kind of stuff. I came at her like, we don't need that negativity in our lives, sis. I uplifted her because, mind you, she was maybe like 4 years younger than me. So I was coming at her as a, you know, on some girl power, you know, we don't need this type of stuff. So, you know, she talked the good talk. Yeah, you're right. And that was wrong. And, you know, he was acting like he didn't really know who I was talking about and this and that and this and that. I was like, yeah, that dudes will do that. You know, they'll flip the script and all this kind of stuff. It didn't end well. I'm going to skip through all the middle and just say, me and her start beefing really hard because he would still constantly call, still constantly come. He would not give me my key. He just did the most, but he was still playing around over there with her. And it would be times where exactly when she gets to work, my phone will go to ringing. And then I was like, I'll be like, Kathy, you must just drop Tony off because look at here. And she'll see. He's calling. And it got to the point where she couldn't stand it. So she left, transferred to another store. She started being pickified, you know, when they were together, she would come up to the job, you know. Or she would come, because it was a plaza. So she would come in that plaza, let it be known that she's in the plaza, and they'll be in the car. So then it started becoming like, okay, bro, let me just nip this in the bud because I don't know if you think you got you something or you're doing something, but let me show you what I can do. So me, like I said, I was young and dumb. I started doing the same thing. You think you're doing something? I start answering his calls. Like, bro, okay, so light bills due. You're not here, but light bills due. Bills still run on. I need some money. Since you want to come see me, since you miss me so much, come bring me some coins. I need coins. So, like a dumbass, he'll pull up, get dropped off, come over. Well, act like everything is all normal. Oh, okay. Oh, you want to watch some movies? Let's go to a red box. Let's go to one. It was like one like right beside our job. Oh, okay, yeah. I know she's at work today. Pull up, let it be known, let you see that you don't have anything. You're not doing anything, so don't think you're doing anything. It got to that point where she transferred. It got to the point where she would come in with a little posse and talking loud and all this kind of stuff, but you know, needless to say, I ain't on that. But yeah, that was the time that yeah. I got cheated on with a coworker. Yeah. And to add to that, I started getting like I started adding stuff, you know, like stuff comes into my like, you know, 2 + 2 is starting to add up. It was one day, she didn't have a car. This boy had her car. And like I said, it was a plaza. So it was me and her closing. I was the manager and she was the cashier. So she's like, why is that boy way up there? And it's like, the store is here and he was like way over here somewhere. but you could see the car. So she's like, why is he way up there? Like, why is he way up there? So I was like, I don't know, but do you want me to drop you off? You know, because at that time, I didn't know nothing, you know. So I was like, do you want me to drop you off? She's like, no, I walk. So I was like, okay. So she starts walking, and it's a good little minute, you know, probably like 3 minutes to get, you know, up there. But, you know, I didn't want to be, you know, responsible saying I left, you know, at night and she got bugged on the way, or, you know, anything happened. So, like, as she's walking, I'm kind of like driving next to her until she gets close enough to the car, and then I jet off. So after that, like, after like 5-10 minutes, that's when he calls. Hey, babe, you home? You know, I'll be there in a minute. You know, everything was cool. My grandmother passed. She ended up passing. So at that time, I was ready to go. I was ready to go. So my niece, she called my mom, because it was my grandmother on my father's side. So she called my mom. She's like, oh, you know, Jay's grandmother is passed. And she called Tony and told him that, okay, my grandmother passed. So he calls. He's like, babe, you okay? You all right? You know, what you gonna do? You want me to come? And I was like, you know, it's up to you. You know, I just want to go home, lay down. I'm, you know, whatever. So he's like, okay, I'll be there in a few. So I'm waiting on her, Kathy, to be my release so they can have another person on the clock. Didn't realize that he dropped her off in her car. Mind you, I was out in the parking lot, but it's a big parking lot, you know. So, and I'm at this point, my grandmother passed. I'm outside smoking a cigarette, and I'm just like, you know, the world is on my shoulders at this point. So at that time, I waited. She clocked in. I left, went home. Like 4 minutes to 5 minutes later, he was home with me all day. Until it was time for her to get off. Like, I can put this stuff 2 and 2 now. Until it was time for her to get off, he's like, oh, I gotta make a couple moves. Okay, cool, but I'm coming right back. So apparently he got somebody to pick him up back and dropped him back to her car. He got the car, picked her up, took her home, and he got dropped back off to a little spot, and they dropped him back off to me. And we just spent the rest of that night together. When I say these dudes have so much game, like, I commend him on that. He was dedicated. He was dedicated in it. But he wasn't smart enough because, you know, you cheat, you know, it's going to come to the light. But that was just my little story time I wanted to share, because at that point, it was a couple years back. It was a crazy, crazy time. Like, I had never had anything like that to go on with me. So yeah, it was crazy, but I had to go through it to learn, you know. I'm a better woman now. I don't play those little childish games. I don't do that, you know. If you don't want to be in my life, guess what? Shoot, bye bye, you know. So I'll see you guys later. Let me know if you liked it. Let me know if you want to talk about some other things. Let me know if you want another story time. Just let me know. Let your girl know if you liked it. Share it. Subscribe. Yeah. See you guys later. Bye.